Okay, here we go. We're gonna check all the seeds. Oh, this place is a mess. All right, let's see. We've gotten some of our snowberry tomatoes, San Marzanos. Nothing yet from the bottom tomatoes. Oh, yep, summer sandwich. Those are coming up just a little bit there. Looks like the brownberry might be starting just barely. The Swiss chard is definitely coming up. The watermelon has started. The sugar baby watermelon has started. The carrots are starting. The banana peppers, I don't see anything yet. The peppers have not started yet. The cucumbers are going strong. I'm gonna have to put those into larger pots soon. The beets are doing great. Oh, my loofah is starting to come up. Look, the loofah. Nothing on the spinach, but I think I had the same problem last year. That spinach might actually not be good anymore. Let's see, down here are my 3 kinds of marigolds. I have dwarf French, Happy Days, and Sparky, and maybe 2 or 3 cells have not sprouted yet, but I mean, look at all the marigolds I'm gonna have. I'm gonna plant every one of them because I love marigolds. I love them, love them, love them. Okay, let's see over here. This is the troubled one. I think what I might end up doing is, this was left over from last, or actually 2 years ago. These are the roses that I started and then I put back in there. There was honeysuckle and then I put lavender. I don't see any of this starting, and when I had it covered, it had a very rancid smell, almost like an ammonia smell. So I think what I might end up doing, I might end up trashing this whole tray and starting my lavender again. I know lavender takes a long time to come up, but I don't think the dirt was good. I think what I'll end up doing is I'll make a big planter and just dump all of this at the very top and just see what comes up. After all, this is all experiments. Here, let's see what we've got. This row is tansy, that's coming up well. This is my jewel nasturtium. This is my Alaska nasturtium. I have one right there. This is my valerian, is coming up. The stinging nettles are still sleeping. My lupine, I have a few, one there and one there. I think it's pronounced alyssum, that's coming up very well. My wormwood absinthe, not yet, but my calendulas are coming up. And I think I have some cross-pollination because I have much smaller little, see that little tiny seedling? That's much smaller, and I think that's probably the Elysium. And nothing on the yarrow yet. But yeah, I am very happy with this so far. This is coming up. Oh yep, my jewel nasturtium is coming up. I just had to reposition those seeds because I think they were too close to the surface. But I originally had them for maybe like a day or 2. I had them in the with a plastic container on top, or a plastic topper that made it like a greenhouse, and now it's just these daylight grow lights that are all LED, and it's supposed to be mimicking the sunlight, so it's not any crazy color. I'm very pleased with this, and yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how to plant these soon. Okay, next up we have the babies that have been in my little tiny greenhouses that I got from the Dollar Tree. let's see how these are doing. Those are my roses. That's the whole reason why I started this channel in the first place, but I heard roses are really hard to try to get going, so, you know, I'm not holding my breath to see if anything comes up, but I'm trying to do whatever I can. Let's see how wet this is. Could probably do with a little more, but we'll see. I'll probably water them a little later because the container is definitely wet, but it's dry at the top, so we'll see. This is my thyme, and this has been successful because my thyme has sprouted. Very exciting, very, very exciting, because I have a whole container full of oregano and the thyme will join it. I want parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme all in the same kind of area, and this is supposed to be my sage. This one fell over, and I have no idea if the seeds were buried too deep. I might have to buy more sage, and I can't, you know what, nobody has bay leaves, which is weird. But let's get my little stick to get rid of the crazy spider webs. Let's see what we've got here. My plums love it here. They absolutely adore this. Oh, so much. I've got my Rosa plum. My blue damson. My green egg sour plum tree. And my Stanley plum tree. They look gorgeous. Here are my blueberries, and I'm going to end up using aluminum to make signs. This is my Vernon blueberry. That is my Alapaha blueberry. And these guys have withstood like the crazy winds that we had last night that was almost on the verge of a tornado. Big ass blueberry. Excited for this one because this one has already started flowering and it's gorgeous. If I can get the flowers in focus. Focus flowers, there we go. So pretty. Okay, let's see. I think it's like 60 or above right now as far as temperature. Okay, let's see. We've got this beauty going. This is my Red Delicious apple. I think this is my Granny Smith. I think that's dead. I think it was way too wet for the Granny Smith. Just couldn't handle it. This, I don't know exactly what that is. It had no label, so we'll find out in a few years once it produces apples. That's my crabapple, my Dolgo crabapple tree. You're supposed to have crab apples along with your regular apples so that they could share their nectar and be able to fruit. And here is my Brayburn apple tree. And these are all gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful. Here is a newer addition. This is a rose. What the hell is growing in here? There's already stuff growing. I just put these out this weekend. This is my Fragrant Cloud. And right now there's just a bunch of wax all over it. I guess they dipped them in wax. I hope that hasn't damaged the tree, or I mean the rose, but we'll see. Maybe the hot weather will melt that all off and we'll figure it out. Oh, where's my... Make sure I'm getting these. Here are my strawberries, which I have replanted. I had, I think they gave me like 25 or something like that. And or I don't know, they gave me like 20 plants and it ended up being like almost 30. So I had lots to pull from, which is good because some of them died, like that one. This poor thing. It's just too much water. But they're doing well. And I'm very excited to have strawberries. Here's another rose. This is a gold medal. And this was also covered in wax, but the new growth is coming along nicely. I'm happy for that because anytime you see red on a rose, it's getting new stuff, which is fantastic. These are my cherry trees, which, oh, I thought it was dead, but it looks like maybe the base is growing. The base is growing. This is supposed to be the Rainier cherry tree, and I think this right here is the graft, but the base is growing, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. Well, I don't know if any of these, I don't want to scratch it because I don't want it to get any disease or anything like that, but these are supposed to be, this one is my Bing cherry tree, but I don't know. I mean, they're not falling apart like the other tree trunks. Like this is still pretty substantial, so we'll see if maybe the new weather helps that along. Here is one of my elderberry trees. I think it's a little too wet, otherwise it might come up a little faster, but who knows? That is going to be my attempt at a fountain. I'm waiting for my pumps from Amazon to come in. This is my serviceberry, which has its little buds, but they're not doing anything yet. So we'll see. Oh, wait a minute. I take that back because this bud right here, I don't know if you could see it, but that bud used to be flat up against it, just like this. Like, you see this one? It's flat up against it. This one is now coming out, so that should be budding soon. That is the cute swing that I put up for bird feed, and the friggin' squirrels are loving it. So, I don't know, I'll have to figure out how to deter them. We'll see what's gonna happen with that. Here are my grapes, and I think these are, this one obviously is doing brilliantly. This one is my Niagara bunch. I can't speak. But this one is gorgeous. This one started right away, and I'm gonna train it up here. This one, I'm gonna train up this one back here. I'm gonna train up that one, the middle, and that one I will train up here. Like that. And this is pretty, you know, it gets the job done. But that was my red Catawba grape, and this is supposed to be my Concord. It's not dead! Oh my god, my Concord grape is alive. Look, do you see the little buds? Those are new. Oh, okay, good. So that one is not dead. That's exciting because that's for grape jelly, and that's my favorite jelly, so that's fantastic. Now this other one was pretty shot. I don't know if I buried it too deep or what? Oh, yes, it is. Yes, look, I buried it too deep. Look, that's my fault. Okay, so that is also not dead. Look, you see? Coming out right there. So my grapevines are okay. Oh my God, that is like, holy cow, you guys have no idea. Now I'm definitely gonna get trellises because I had that, but no, I'm gonna go and get legit trellises. Okay, let's see, what else can we look at? Okay, now over here, we have this beautiful apricot. This is my early golden apricot. That's the only apricot I got this year. Just wanted to see how that was gonna do. Now this one also has growth coming from the base. Oh, I forget what they call it. You have the graft that's connected to like the main root, and that, I forget what it's called. I'll probably put it up on the screen, but that is a whole different tree. So who knows, I might be getting more. And look at these weeds. These weeds are so happy right now because it rained a lot. And look at this little mushroom. I have mushrooms everywhere, which is fantastic. I love them. And this over here is another unknown apple tree, because that's the only, I had 2 apple trees that were not, that I didn't have labels for, but I had ordered, and I just don't know which is which. I should probably find those names and then just keep track of that. We'll find out. But let's see, this is exciting. Let me go get my... I am so happy that my grapes are alive. I am, like, you have no idea. You have no idea how happy that makes me. Okay, this is my beautiful pineapple guava. I'm waiting to find the buds blooming because there are buds inside, like here and here, but I don't see anything coming out yet. So, I mean, there's some there. Hopefully something will happen. We'll find out. Oh, and the spiders love all this stuff. My goodness. They love all of these trees. There's little spiders everywhere. But it looks like all of my olive trees are getting new growth, which is fantastic. I didn't kill them. So I have the Mission olive over here. I'm trying not to disturb this spider's web. I have the Manzanillo olive here. I have the Baroni olive and the Kalamata olive. So the Kalamatas are my favorite. They're so delicious. All in all, I tried to move the my fire Nandina, but I don't think they survived. My poor babies. We'll see what happens. Oh, oh, oh. My hazelnut has awoken. Look at those buds. Very, very excited. Yes. Excellent. Oh my God, so many spider webs. So many spider webs. Okay, this over here, because that is my hazelnut, that means this has to be my, oh, I say of course it has to be, and I can't remember, my pecan tree. And right now, there it is. There's the bud. That is a new bud, and that means I'm gonna have a living pecan tree, which my boyfriend laughs at me for, because if you live in Georgia, everyone pretty much has a pecan tree, but there was not one on this property. Excuse me. Excuse me. It's very, very dusty back here. Okay, more spider webs and stuff. Okay, this is another rose. And this is in Arizona. Very pretty. Pink with inner white petals. This is another one that might have fallen prey to the wax process, but as it gets more sun and as it gets warmer, it should definitely pop up. I might throw some banana peels in here because, oh, and some coffee grinds because it does like acidic soil. Okay, now here is another, I can't tell if that's part of the tree or if that's a weed. I think it's a weed. This is another elderberry. This is a different kind. I should probably find out the names of these so that I can put them on the labels. Clearing the spider webs. Okay. Here is Grandiflora Love rose. This one seems to be doing okay. It was a little beat up, again because I think the wax, but it is making some new growth, so we'll just give it more time, more sun, and more warmth. That should be all right. Okay. Next up, here are the other apples. This one has a full set of apples that I think are okay. We've got the Macintosh over here, the Gala apple over there. This one is a transcendent crab apple tree. This is like the mother of all crab apples. This is Golden Delicious. And this one is Arkansas Black. All doing very, very well. Getting lots of sun and slowly making their way. Okay, let's see now. Let's go to this one. Okay, this is my Arapaho thornless blackberry. And this one I wasn't sure if it was doing well, because I don't see these buds coming out. It looks like they're dried up, and I'm hoping it just needs a little more sunlight, a little more warmth to come through. I don't see any additional growth, and when I chopped off the branches because they were already looking to bud, I stuck them in here in case they made new blackberry trees. So we'll find out. Bushes, blackberry bushes, clearing the spider webs. This is a Gold Glow hybrid tea rose, which probably took a beating because of the crazy rain last night, but I have grown roses before that were store-bought, and they look kind of beat up because they're getting used to the new soil, but this will flourish no problem in this weather. We'll just see if it can take the heat. This was one of my very early plants to sprout. This is the Isai kiwi plant, and I apologize if I repeat myself, but in case anybody is not watching the entire series, I do like to give as much information as possible. This plant requires a male and a female, and they have merged them together. I can't tell you which is which, but there are definitely two main stalks or trunks, and yeah, when I've seen them in the stores, they have kind of like a curly or like an S curve growth pattern, so I might get a trellis that looks something like that to help support them once it gets bigger. Over here are my peaches, and my peaches also love this weather. I have my Loring peach, which I think something is eating the leaves. Oh yeah, look at this little bug, he's right there. Look at this little guy. You're eating my peach leaves. I can't zoom in on you. Don't eat my peach leaves. You bad boy. I don't know, we'll have to get something to eat him. That is the Belle of Georgia peach that is coming up, no problem. And the Red Haven peach tree. Now, when I put this together originally, I had this turned, I think this is too far in. I had this turned this way, so this plant was over here in the shade all the time. And what was happening was, it looked like it was starting to wilt and die. So I turned it around so that that would get some sunlight. I might do the same for that one because I don't know if that's getting the sunlight that it needs, but in the morning, the sunlight comes in from the other direction, so it should be okay. It has enough leaves to pull the sunlight from there, but that other one didn't until now. This, oh my God, look at this green stuff growing already. Like, these weeds grow like insanely fast. And that's all the ivy, and I swear something lives in that thing. There's like a little hut there. I did not make that mound. We'll find out. But this is my most successful rose so far. This is the Hybrid Tea Dolly Parton rose. And this one had, look, it's already starting to get these beautiful new leaves. And there we go, trying to keep everything very airy because it's so humid back here. I don't want anything to, I don't want anything to rot or mildew. Okay, over here, this is brand new. This is a, oh, and I didn't even tell you the sizes of the tubs. Maybe I'll go through that some other time. But this is a 25-gallon tub. And I filled it with bulbs of, not tulips, what are they called? Daffodils and narcissus, like they're tiny little white daffodils. And then I spread like a big covering of wildflowers on the top because that over there is a bird feeder that looks like it might have gotten more rainwater in it. I have to empty that out and make some more, but hopefully the wildflowers here, and I want to put more, you know, dotted throughout so that we still have a stepping path, but I want to make sure that I have access to some wildflowers for the birds and the hummingbirds especially. Here is another elderberry. This is the biggest one I have so far. As soon as I put it in, it just thrived. And I'm gonna have to go in and weed these too because they're getting a little unruly. Oh my God, I think that's way more. Oh, okay, no, that's, okay, that's fine. That's just the water level I thought it was at, but looks like it's okay. Gonna change those on Wednesdays and Sundays. This is the blackberry that I bought from Lowe's. It was the only one left on the shelf, and I wanted to compare it to the one I got that was bare root. And as you can see, it's doing very well already. I might actually get blackberries this year from that, but we'll find out. And did we go over everything? I think we went over everything. Those are my, oh no, we didn't go over the pears. My bad, pear. I skipped right over you because I went to the kiwi. I'm sorry. Okay, so here are my pears. They also did well as soon as I put them in the ground. They like this weather, I guess. I have the Moon Glow pear tree, the Kiefer pear tree, the LeConte pear tree over there, and this one is the Hood pear tree. And those all seem to be doing well. I don't see any bugs on them. Those leaves seem to be doing okay. And I'm still trying to decide if I should put anything in the middle here. Like, should I just put some marigolds. I think each one of these is gonna at least get a marigold. Anything that has like a central location. Oh, I ended up putting my I had a big lantana plant. I actually had quite a few in my front yard, and I moved them over here. And that, oh my God, where did that come from? These friggin' plants that look like carrots come in here out of nowhere, and then they root, and then they just kill everything in sight. They just take up all the resources. What's this? See, another weed. That's just what they do. They just find their way, and I put them over there. I have this big pile of garbage that I'm going to eventually chop up and compost with my electric chopper. It's not even really, I don't know, but this is one of my lantanas. It's probably 4 years old now. It's pretty big. Look at these things coming out the ground. Oh my God, we had such a big rainstorm. I should be doing this with gloves so I have good, but yeah, they're just popping out the ground now. And here's the rest of my stuff over there. That is probably filled with spiders and snakes and crazy stuff. I don't know. I'm gonna try to get to that as fast as I can and carefully. That's my wheelbarrow, which has definitely paid itself over more than I can tell. Like, I cannot explain how amazing this wheelbarrow has been in moving all of this dirt from here to every one of these bags. Every last one of them. And yeah, and then that light over there, this cute little, it's a cute little like bird. They call them shepherd hooks, but that one's got 2 hooks. So it's got finch food in it. I forget what they call it. It's a very thin seed. I don't think the finches have gotten it. It looks like it's got a hole in it, so that might be the friggin' squirrels. The squirrels sit in that friggin' bench and eat all my damn food. Yep. Once I get the pumps in, I'm gonna put a pump in there to make a little bee bath. I'll have a bird bath over there, and I think I might make another little bee bath over here by the strawberries. But yeah, that's been the work so far, and I am so incredibly happy at the progress. I mean, just being out here for like an hour every day, it may be slow, but when you put it all together, you end up at a spot like I'm at right now. So I'm very happy. If you're watching for this long, thank you for joining me. And yeah, let me know if you were interested in putting stuff like this in a small space, in a backyard space, in a slope space. Like, I don't even know if you could see that this is sloped. This land is like, that's the house and that's the slope, and it just continues down, 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 down. So that's what you do in a sloped backyard. Thanks for joining.